Good evening, and thank you for coming to the Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Can I have order in the room? Order in the room. Thank you for coming to the Select Board meeting. The first thing on the agenda is the appointments for the Cemetery Commission, and Pat Flynn and Wendy Strothman, we had tabled that due to, it was a confusion. Two, 1-day alcohol license request. Oh, sorry.
I'll make a motion. We appoint those two for the Cemetery Commission.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 1-day alcohol license request for Berkshire Botanical Gardens for July 14th, 2025 and July 19th, 2025, Chesterwood for July 12th, July 18th, July 20th, July 23rd, July 27th, July 30th, and August 2nd, 2025. Can I have a
I'll
motion?
make a motion to grant the licenses.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. The sign committee update, recommendation for the municipal directional signs. Michael, would you like to do that?
Yes, so myself, Georgia Marsden and Barbara Zanetti have met a couple times looking at where possible locations for the signs could be that were in question. We did meet with Mass DOT. We looked at the island. We looked at a couple options, and we were able to come to the final conclusion that we would like to recommend to the Select Board. One is that the cemetery sign remain where it is in its existing location.
Mhm.
The font size for the wording would increase from 2 inches to 4 inches for improved readability. We would remove the mileage information. We would add directional arrow at the top. We would reorder the listing alphabetically. And the funding for this slat changes would be through the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
The second sign would be to reallocate the sign to become the town beach sign. We would have to reallocate the existing sign to the town beach. We would have to add a new slat that says town beach, and then we'd adjust the overall height necessary for visibility and compliance. The cost of that, we would look to have that covered under the Park and Recreation budget because it's just a single slat that would have to be purchased. The third sign, we're recommending to place it down on Park Street near the entrance to the park. Relocating it there, we would add new slats for the Park Street Park. We'd have for Ice Glen, Mary Flynn Trail, and Laura's Tower with a directional arrow at the end pointing further up the road. And we'd have to figure out where within the town budget to get the additional slats. I wasn't sure, Georgia, if you wanted to offer anything else or.
No, that's exactly what we discussed.
Great, thank you. It sounds good and reasonable. And when would it happen?
If you guys approve it, I'd come back to you with a report on progress. It might be that the town beach sign happens next spring. By
Okay,
the time we get the slat in, and probably the same thing for park. The
okay,
cemetery would just remain until the new larger slats came in and then they'd be swapped out.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you guys
Do we need a
that's our
motion?
official recommendation to you guys. And if you want to proceed with that recommendation, we need a motion.
It's a very good compromise.
I think it's a great compromise. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the signs, the locations.
And I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So motion passes. So project updates. We'll start with
I
a,
just want to say thank
Oh.
you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're
Thank-
welcome.
Thank you for your work.
For taking down the Civil War monument and the Gold Medal, and that we came up with this compromise.
you're welcome. Thank you for your work. Project updates. So we have several. So Michael will give us an update on the chime tower first.
Yeah, so I have the two most recent field reports from the chime tower, which you guys have received. It shows the extensive damage to the rot up on the building, especially the northwest corner column, which had to be completely rebuilt as it was completely rotted through. There was significant rot within. There was also evidence of carpenter ants. So we've gone through all those with our engineers and with the contractor on site. There was also the rot of the individual turn mechanisms on the the facers for the clock. As you know, we appropriated additional money at town meeting, and the change order has come in for making all these additional repairs because the route was much further along. So it's $112,539
Okay.
that we would need to authorize this change order. So if the board approves that, I can have that signed and we can continue with the work. We are still on schedule for an October completion of the tower's cupola work.
How much are we appropriate at the meeting?
I thought we did 200.
We did 200, but the change order is 112.
So we saved money.
Well,
Or
we
less,
put,
it's less
we
than.
put extra in just in case to make
Right.
sure that we could hit, because we don't want the chime tower sliding
Right.
into next fiscal year,
And it-
Because
next
you-
construction.
and they're
season.
pretty much done with, I mean, you shouldn't be much more override if there's any.
There shouldn't be much more.
Okay.
Small things still may pop up, but any large one, this is the large one that we've been anticipating and working through
Need a motion to,
to approve the change
I'll
order.
make a motion to approve the change order.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Tuckerman Bridge.
Yep, so the Tuckerman Bridge continues to move along. Right now, it's at the state with the study, and the board had originally submitted a hydraulic waiver. That is allowing us to have the bridge sit on the betterments that are in either end instead of having to move the betterments outside and reset the bridge, which would substantially increase the cost of the bridge. It's currently under review by the Mass DOT hydrological unit. And then they can prepare what's called a freeboard waiver letter. And if we receive that, then hopefully after that, we'll get approval to complete the work on the Tuckerman. So right now, it was from our bridge engineer was good news that it's moving forward to get the hydraulic waiver. And hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have that in place. So, yep.
Great. Averick Bridge.
So the Averick Bridge, one of the things is that the water levels, the hydrological study came back, it's 1.5 feet taller. They've had to make a couple adjustments, so we have increased flows based on what was there when the other bridge was done. The channel splits in two and goes around. That's caused a delay. Once that new hydrology report's done, then we'll be resubmitting to Mass DOT Chapter 85 review. We still have a target trying to get in before just get everything in so that we can go after the construction grant in December when the small bridge program comes out. Keeping our fingers crossed that December would be the time frame to get that done.
Right.
So,
Okay, wonderful, great. Mary Goodrich Bridge, permitting update.
so right now,
Yeah.
the only thing we're waiting
Park
on
Street.
for the Mary Goodrich Bridge, was turned over to the town at town meeting. The engineering's been done. The work that we've identified for the bridge is all set. Right now is we're waiting to get the approval to get an application in front of the Conservation Commission in order to get the notice of intent done so that we can do the work. If everything proceeds accordingly, we hope to begin work on Mary Goodrich Bridge. It'll be replacing the cables, the decking and the rest. The stones at the end are in great shape as far as the holders. And once we do that, then the bridge will be good for the next 25 years, other than small maintenance. So that project continues to move along.
Good. Glendale.
The Glendale Bridge, I'm going to recommend placing that onto the TIPS program. That's a transportation improvement program. That's the federal funds and state funds. That's long-term to look at because as we know from the bridge report price 8-9 months ago, it's a $8.5 million repair in order to repair that bridge. So what I'm going to do is apply through Mass DOT to allow us to place that onto the TIPS program. The TIPS program takes a long time of funding. I've seen projects sit on there for 10, 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not the most, we can revisit that, but right now the focus is on getting Averick Tuckerman and Mary Goodrich Bridge done.
Okay. Our safer grant application, federal. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm just interested on the Tuckerman Bridge because it is on our historic Main Street designation. And will it remain the way it looks from, or will it be replaced with something that is not historic and
It will be a steel bridge like the bridge that's there now because we're building off the existing buttress, so it will be similar. We did look at that in the application and that bridge design was the standard bridge built at the time. So it's not a unique bridge as far as unique design or anything about the bridge itself. But it still will be a green, the metal truss. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it'll be similar.
I'm just saying because it is on historic Main Street designation that we should be careful.
Yes, and that's why we looked up the designation as far as the bridge itself, and it is not considered a historic design for that bridge because it's a standard design. Yeah.
Design compared to what's
Yeah.
considered part of our historic Main Street.
Right.
It's fine to me.
Will we see what it becomes before they put it in?
Yeah, we can, I'll work on getting diagrams up showing.
That'd be great.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Patrick.
I just, that's right. I just noticed in report 3 and 4 that there was the carpenter ant problem. And, obviously a great job. You came in 112,000 where there was 200,000 appropriated. It was an $800,000 project though, and I think that spend a little bit more to make sure we eradicate the ants.
Yeah.
Rather than, potentially have to go back and do that. Now, while we're on the topic of the monuments, I will also point out that we spent $200,000 on the Soldiers Monument and they planted right up against it and that sandstone disconnects from the base. And yeah, they have to water the plants there. So my suggestion would be to take those plants out, as we talked about before, and protect the investment we made in the Soldiers Monument. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Patrick.
Safer grant application, federal FY 24 application status.
so as we talked about, as we begin ramping up the EMS fire, we said that we get 2 shots at the SAFER grant. The interesting part is the federal government year is whatever year in October 1st. So the federal government right now is in FY 24. The town government is FY 26, just the way it falls. So we did apply for the FY 24 budget. We're asking for $1.56 million. That would cover, now they've gone down, they're only allowing 3 years if you get it,
I know.
but it is 3 years of covering the employee and the fringe costs of employees. So this would allow us to cover upwards of 5 firefighters on for the first 3 years without any cost to the other towns, coming in on fiscal year 28. We'll get one more, hopefully we get it in this one. If we don't, we will be able to apply in federal fiscal year 25 again.
Okay.
Before we then need to begin ramping up regardless of federal funding. So we got 2 shots, just like we spoke at our meetings about, we would get 2 shots at the SAFER grant, but the SAFER grant is in and we have applied for FY 24.
And when is your hope to hire the new people?
For town fiscal year 28.
Okay,
So, yeah,
all right, so you have time.
either way, we're gonna get 2 shots, like I said.
And we're hiring 2 shortly.
We're hiring 2. We have the internal application out now and we'll have to finalize the application.
And when you receive the money, you can hold it until we need it, right?
Well, we have so long and we
Yeah.
express in the grant that we're looking to fund starting FY 28 forward. And we'll apply next year with the same time frame as far as that. Yes.
Hopefully you get it the first time around.
You never know. You don't know who's applying. It's a federal grant. It's all across the country. I think the last community in Berkshire County was Lanesboro, who received a SAFER grant.
All right. Any other reports?
That's it.
All right. Seeing no other business, I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for coming.